Oh, so here we are, day 3 of my rehab, and welcome to the channel if you haven't been here before. My name is Mark. I'm a 61-year-old New Zealander living in Cancun in Mexico, and I'm just starting to recover from a back injury that stopped me from running and doing a lot of things that I enjoy doing in my life. And I've just finished a set of exercises that have been given to me by my physio, and now I'm going to go for a walk and have a chat to you on the camera. It's a beautiful day here in Cancun. We're just starting to come into that time of the year where it gets super hot. Everybody's complaining locally. The humidity goes up and it becomes quite unbearable for quite a few months here on the Caribbean coast. But never mind, there could be worse things in life, right? So yeah, starting a walk today, and what I'm trying to do at the moment is to walk quite a lot, keep the back moving, and try to fix my ear as well. I mentioned yesterday in the video that I've got an ear infection at the moment, and it's quite uncomfortable. If you're somebody that's had a experience with a ear infection, you know what I'm talking about. But I'll go to the ear, nose and throat doctor again this week and see whether he can finally get that fixed, and we'll start off walking. So I think one of the biggest things that people over the age of 60 miss out on is consistency when it comes to exercising, right? So walking is so good, of course, jogging, running, if you like, all those types of things. Swimming's another good one, cycling. So many different things we can do to keep ourselves in shape, and I miss running so much. I've run all my life, and I'm just really missing it at the moment. And that's one of the things that I think mentally has a bit of a play on you when you can't do something that you enjoy doing. And you know, a lot of people say that when you get to 60 plus that those things become harder and harder. Well, I don't necessarily buy into that motto, because I like to think that I can keep going, and I'm going to try and prove it with this series. So anyway, out for a lovely walk this morning. The sun is out, and yeah, just another step in the process. So consistency is the thing for me. Turning up every day, getting the exercises done, listening to the physio, and just putting in the work to get back to where I want to be as far as my fitness levels and my competition abilities go. Now, if you're a runner, you probably saw yesterday the amazing London Marathon and the incredible results. And I say results because it just wasn't Sebastian Sawe that was the winner of that race that had an incredible run. But to think that 3 men went under the old world record on that day, and then 2 of those men were actually able to run under 2 hours for the first time in an official marathon race, was just absolutely insane. And 1 hour 59 minutes 30, it's just incomprehensible, isn't it? If you're running, you go out there, you run at your own pace, and you just realize how fast those guys are running. It's just absolutely insane. So that was incredible to watch yesterday, and you know, made me feel even a little bit worse about my injury because I couldn't get out there and go for a run. And of course, as a runner, you get inspiration from these moments in life, and this is, let's face it, one of the biggest inspirations you can get as a runner, because you're seeing something that just hasn't been done before. And I now started to think about those people that were around when Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile for the first time. Such a enormous milestone in the world of track and field. And I think yesterday's achievement by Sebastian Sawe and also Yomif Kajalcha was just absolutely incredible for running, because how much of that 2-hour barrier was in the mind and how much was it physical? Well, we saw yesterday that both that mental barrier and that physical barrier has now been removed. And it wasn't that long ago that people were talking about, you know, 205 and 204 and 203. And now if you run those times, it seems that you're not even on the pace anymore, which is just incredible, because a 205 marathon is insane in itself. And now these guys have gone under 2 hours. So that was extraordinary yesterday. I enjoyed watching it. It was very inspirational. And it doesn't matter how old you are, you can get inspiration from those sorts of things. And yeah, I just wanted to get out there running and go for a run after I saw that, but unfortunately I can't. So I've got to keep doing it. So I'm looking forward to starting swimming again soon, and that's going to be another important part of my recovery as I try to come back from this back injury. And freestyle is my preferred stroke, particularly with a sore back. So I've got a setup in my pool where I'm able to do freestyle tethered to the wall, and that helps me do as many laps as I want. And while I've got this sore back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the tether and swim with a snorkel instead of twisting my body on each side to breathe, and that's going to be important so I don't get that over rotation in the spine to start off with until I get stronger. So that's one of the things the physio has recommended, is to make sure that I don't twist too much through the torso at the moment until I've got more stability and I'm able to support my spine a lot better with obviously the problem I've got with my pelvic tilt and also the gaps that I've got in the vertebrae. So that's going to be an important part of the recovery as well. So yeah, looking forward to swimming. Hopefully that's going to be next week. I'm making this video on Monday, so hopefully I'm only about 7 days away from being able to start swimming, and I'm sure that's going to help me speed up my recovery, because creating a good core, strong core through swimming is something that I've had a lot of success with in the past, and yeah, just looking forward to it. It's a beautiful park here. It's actually a jungle. It's although there's some man-made features here, this jungle that I'm walking past here has been here for thousands of years. I live in an area of Cancun where there's a lot of things from the Mayan dynasty, and this jungle has been here for as long as they were around. So yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing part of the world, this part of the world. If you've ever done any research on the Yucatan Peninsula, you'll find out that there's no rivers here on the Yucatan Peninsula. All the water flows underground in the cenotes, they're called. And it's quite a incredible geographical or geological aspect of this part of the world, and lots of things to learn about geology here, and also the way that this is vastly different to the rest of Mexico. Just getting back to the London Marathon for a minute, it was fantastic to see the women also break the record for women's only race, 2 hours 15 by Asafa, and Helen O'Berry of course, and Chip Guy. There was some very good running, and also on the women's side yesterday, but unfortunately it was a bit overshadowed by what the men were able to achieve by making history and going under 2 hours for the first time in the marathon. You know, over the years there's been a lot of controversy around the African athletes, and it continues today, unfortunately, and that is because there has been a lot of bad apples in that part of the world when it comes to cheating and performance enhancing drugs. And unfortunately, Sebastian Sawe's coach is one of those people that have been caught up in that. So if you do any research on Claudio Berardelli, you'll find out that he's had his problems with doping allegations in the past from several athletes that he's coached, and I think that's why there's been this big spotlight on this particular performance from Sawe, to talk about how he has invited additional testing in his training program, and he's done additional tests throughout his training process so that when a result like this comes up from his camp, it's going to be seen for what it is meant to be. Well, that's all very well and good, but as we all know, and if you speak to people there at the Athletics Integrity Unit, the AIU, who are responsible for performance enhancing drug testing across the sports world, you'll learn that you know, there's always a way to beat the system, I guess. And we saw that with Lance Armstrong, one of the most tested athletes in cycling in the time, and yet we all found out later what was actually going on. And you know, there's always a lot of talk in the sports world about the athletes and their coaches and sports science being a step ahead of the testing capabilities, and I think that's something we've always got to keep in mind, because people are always going to cheat. Human beings always cheating, whether it's in sport and business and politics and life. That's just who we are as a species, unfortunately, and there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of cheats out there. So I think we can never write off the fact that there's a possibility that incredible results like this may have an asterisk over them because of association. People have proven in the past that they're not reliable. that they have been caught up in these situations. Their athletes have been banned, and let's just hope that Sebastian Sawe is not one of those that gets eventually caught up in this process, because like everybody else, I want this to be real. I want to be able to believe that what we're watching on television and on our devices is true, and that we can trust it. But I've been around sports long enough to know that there's always a question mark when it comes to not only professional sport. I saw yesterday, incredibly, that an athlete in the Masters category in the United States was banned for doping at the age of 69. Can you believe it? Like a 69-year-old has gone to the trouble of actually cheating to try and win. I think it was in the shot put division of a Masters competition in the US. Like, seriously, it's just sad, isn't it, that we've got this type of mentality across the world of sport and just in society in general. It just makes me so sick. So anyway, we'll get on to positive things, because I'm enjoying my walk this morning and my back's feeling not too bad. The pain level at the moment, I've got about 4.5 to 5 out of 10, so it's very good compared to the last days where I was up around 8, 9, 9.5. So being able to get out and go for a walk this morning is really, really good. And as I say, consistency. I've got to be turning up every day, doing my exercises twice a day, walking. And for the next 6 weeks or so, until the physio gives me the green light to start jogging very lightly again, this is going to be it, combined with my swimming as well. And eating better, nutrition. That's one big thing that we always have to focus on as we get older as well. Making sure we're taking in good nutrition and not too much sugar and all the other bad things for us. That does have effect on us. It affects our sleeping, it affects our moods, it affects our energy levels during the day. And the more we can do to help promote good nutrition is a really important thing, in my opinion. So that's something else that I'm going to be doing. And of course, if I can lose weight, then that's going to help my back as well. So as I said in my previous video, I'm 7 kilos, 14 pounds or so overweight at the moment. So I need to get back to my running weight, and that will help my back a lot in terms of the forces that are going through my back when I'm running. So, and my knees and everything else, of course, with that extra weight I'm carrying. So yeah, another focus of mine as I continue this journey. Now in a few days time, we're going to be entering the month of May, and that means we're only going to be a month or so away from hurricane season here in Cancun, and that's when everyone starts to get a little bit nervous. We had a few hurricanes last year, and having been someone that hasn't been through a lot of hurricanes in my life, it's a pretty nervous time when you see the destruction that happens, particularly across the Caribbean. We've seen in the last couple of years. I've been living here in Mexico now, in Cancun, for 4 years, and so this will be my 5th hurricane season this year. And you just hope that you're not going to get one of those big ones that comes here and gives you the fright of your life. And there has been a couple of really big ones come through Cancun, not since I've been living here. We had one big one, was it last year or the year before? Cat 2, Cat 3, that was pretty exciting. And just another part of living in this part of the world, I guess. And you never think about it when I've lived in 9 or 10 countries around the world, and when you come and live somewhere where there is a hurricane threat every year for 6 months, it adds another dimension to life. So this park I'm walking around this morning, this is where I do a lot of my interval and speed work, because it's a great loop around here. It's a bit like a running track, but it's 300 meters around this park, and the asphalt is actually quite soft. It's not that hard concrete, so it's quite nice to run on. And I don't own a car here in Cancun, so the public transport system is a little bit of a question mark. And for me to go to a running track, it's right on the other side of town. It's going to take me at least 2 hours round trip, so it's not really worth doing it. And I found that over the 4 years that I've been here, the loop around my park has been really, really good for intervals. So that's where I do most of my interval and fast work, and then I go out onto the avenues, and I find lots of places to go for my longer runs and tempo runs and stuff. But this is a good place to do my interval workouts. So there we go, coming towards the end of my walk today, day 3 of my rehab, and just going to turn up every day and just keep working at getting fit again, getting this back sorted out so that I can eventually start running and get back to where I wanted to go. So if you're interested to learn more about Mexico or this part of the world, let me know in the comments, and I'm happy to share whatever I can that might be of interest to you. And following my journey, if you've got a bad back, let me know what you're doing to fix that. Oh, I've got a I bought a thing on Amazon the other day, a stimulation device, electrodes and all that sort of stuff that I use at the physio. So I bought one for myself. That's going to be arriving in a few days time, and I'm going to start using that. So when I get that, I'll show that in one of my videos as well, because that was really fantastic the other day at the physio when I used that on my back. Gave me instant relief for a while, and I'm going to start putting that into my protocol of my rehab process. So I'll share some of that information as well. Okay, well, that's about it. Time to go and get some breakfast now and to hydrate after being out here in this heat for a while. And I wish you all a great day, and thanks for watching the channel. I'll see you again really soon in the next video. Until then, stay safe, stay well, and it's time to say adios from beautiful Cancun in Mexico. Bye for now, everyone.